Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a crucial topic that affects us all, the behaviors that can destroy relationships. You know, I've seen it all in my practice, from couples on the brink of divorce to those just starting out who are already hitting major bumps in the road. Stay tuned to learn how to avoid these pitfalls and build stronger connections. You know, folks, communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. It's the glue that holds two people together, allowing them to share their thoughts, dreams, and fears. When you stop talking, you stop connecting. Silence can be comforting, but prolonged silence can create a chasm between you and your partner. It's like a garden. You see, if you don't water it, it's going to wither and die. Just as plants need water and sunlight, relationships need communication and understanding to thrive. And that's what happens when you don't communicate. Small issues become big problems, and before you know it, you're living with a stranger. Resentment builds, misunderstandings fester, and you end up drifting further and further apart. The love that once felt so strong starts to feel like a distant memory. Now, I'm not saying you need to be joined at the hip, constantly chatting, but you do need to make time for each other. It's about quality, not quantity. To really listen and understand what the other person is saying, it's about being present in the moment and showing that you care. Don't just hear them, listen to them. Make an effort to understand their perspective, and you'll find that your relationship will grow stronger and more resilient. Look, trust is the foundation of any relationship. It's the glue that holds two people together, allowing them to feel secure and loved. It's like building a house. You can't have a solid structure without a strong foundation. Every brick, every beam relies on that base to stand tall and firm. And when you lie, when you're dishonest, you're essentially cracking that foundation. Each lie is like a hammer blow, weakening the very core of your relationship. Now, I understand, sometimes little white lies slip out, but I'm talking about the big stuff, the things that really matter. These are the lies that can change the course of your relationship forever. Hiding things from your partner, being deceitful, it's like a poison that slowly eats away at the relationship. It starts small, but over time it can become a toxic force that is hard to overcome. It creates suspicion, doubt, and eventually, it can destroy the love you have for each other. The warmth and connection you once felt can turn cold and distant, leaving both partners feeling isolated and hurt. Trust is earned. It's not just given freely. When you've been hurt in the past, it can be hard to open yourself up again, to make yourself vulnerable. But without trust, you're just building walls between you and your partner. You're living in a constant state of suspicion, always questioning their motives, their actions. That kind of environment breeds negativity and resentment, and it's impossible to have a healthy, loving relationship when you don't trust the person you're with. Chapter 4. Jealousy, the green-eyed monster, destroying your love. Now, a little jealousy here and there is normal. It's human nature. But when jealousy becomes excessive, when it consumes you, it can be incredibly destructive. It's like a fire that burns out of control, scorching everything in its path. Jealousy leads to possessiveness, to controlling behavior, and it creates a toxic atmosphere in the relationship. Remember, trust is key. If you trust your partner, you have nothing to be jealous of. Chapter 5. Disrespect, chipping away at the foundation of love. Respect is fundamental in any relationship, romantic or otherwise. It's about valuing your partner, treating them with dignity and kindness. Disrespect can take many forms, from insults and name-calling to belittling their opinions and dreams. Every act of disrespect, no matter how small, is like a chip away at the foundation of your relationship. It creates resentment and erodes the love you have for each other. Chapter 6. Neglect. The silent treatment that speaks volumes. Relationships require effort. They need to be nurtured. When you neglect your partner, when you stop making an effort, you're essentially saying they're not important to you anymore. You're taking them for granted, and that can be incredibly hurtful. Neglect can be emotional, physical, or both. It's about being present, being attentive to their needs, and making them feel loved and appreciated. Chapter 7. Controlling behavior, suffocating the love out of your relationship. Look, nobody wants to be controlled, to feel like they're suffocating in a relationship. Controlling behavior can manifest in many ways, from constantly checking up on your partner to dictating who they can see and what they can do. It stems from insecurity and a lack of trust, and it creates an unhealthy power dynamic in the relationship. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on equality and mutual respect. Chapter 8. Lack of support, leaving your partner adrift. We all need support, especially from our partners. It's about being there for them through thick and thin, celebrating their successes, and offering comfort during difficult times. When you withhold support, you're essentially leaving your partner to fend for themselves. It makes them feel isolated, unloved, and resentful. Remember, a true partnership is about being a team, supporting each other every step of the way. Chapter 9. Infidelity, the ultimate betrayal of trust. Infidelity is a deeply painful experience, one that can shatter even the strongest of relationships. It's a betrayal of trust, a violation of intimacy, and it can leave lasting scars. Now, I'm not here to judge, but I will say this: if you're unhappy in your relationship, address the issues head-on. Don't resort to infidelity. It's a cowardly act that will only cause more pain in the long run. Chapter 10. Poor conflict resolution, fanning the flames of discontent. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship. It's how you handle them that matters. Poor conflict resolution, like yelling, name-calling, or stonewalling, only escalates the situation. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire. It just makes things worse. Learn to communicate effectively, to listen to each other's perspectives, and to find solutions that work for both of you. Chapter 11. Taking each other for granted. The slow poison in a relationship. It's easy to fall into a routine in a long-term relationship, where the initial excitement fades and daily life takes over. You start taking each other for granted, assuming your partner will always be there. But remember, even the smallest gestures of appreciation can go a long way. A simple thank you or a small surprise can reignite the spark. Tell your partner you love them, not just on special occasions, but every day. Thank them for the little things they do, like making your morning coffee or picking up groceries. Make an effort to show them you care by planning a date night or leaving a sweet note. Taking each other for granted breeds complacency and resentment, creating a gap that grows over time. It can slowly poison even the strongest of bonds, turning love into indifference and connection into isolation. Chapter 12. Lack of intimacy. The physical and emotional disconnect. Intimacy is crucial for a healthy relationship. Now, I'm not just talking about physical intimacy, although that's important too. I'm talking about emotional intimacy, the feeling of closeness, of being connected on a deeper level. When intimacy fades, it can lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and resentment. Make time for each other, both physically and emotionally, and don't let the spark die out. Chapter 13. Financial issues. Money matters, but don't let it break you. Money is a common source of stress in relationships. From different spending habits to financial infidelity, money problems can create a lot of tension and conflict. The key is to be open and honest about your finances, to communicate effectively, and to work together to find solutions. Remember, you're a team, and you need to tackle financial challenges together. Chapter 14. Unrealistic expectations, setting yourself up for disappointment. We all have expectations in relationships, but when those expectations are unrealistic, they can lead to disappointment, frustration, and resentment. Remember, no one is perfect, and relationships require effort and compromise. Focus on the positive aspects of your partner, communicate your needs effectively, and be willing to work together to create a happy and fulfilling relationship. Chapter 15. Lack of quality time, growing apart instead of together. In today's busy world, it's easy to let quality time slip away. But remember, relationships need time to thrive. It's about making a conscious effort to spend time together, to connect, to have fun, and to keep the spark alive. Whether it's a weekly date night or just cuddling on the couch, make time for each other, and don't let the demands of life overshadow your relationship. Outgrow building stronger bonds. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more relationship advice. Remember, understanding and addressing these behaviors can help you build a healthier, happier relationship. These issues, they're not